Alrighty then.
Let's get this boat on the road.
Okay, great. That's my shirt.
Huh? We're still missing Carl and Aisha. There's Aisha. All right. So, solve each system by graphing. How do you solve a system by graphing? You graph two lines. Where's the solution? Where they cross. First one's easy. X is 3. There's X is 3. Is X allowed to be anything else? No. So it's a vertical line right there. Is that in a form we can graph? Yes, it's in slope-intercept form. So I go to -2 and I do a slope of -2/3. Down 2 for the negative part, right 3 for the positive part. There's the intersection. Good line, Myers. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, -4. That is one mark. We've had 4 units of graphing. You should be able to graph. The only piece of new knowledge this unit is that where they cross is the answer. -x plus 2, y-intercept of +2, slope of -x. There it is. Y-intercept of -3, 1, 2, 3. Slope of -6. If I go down, it'll be off the graph. So I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and over 1. And there's the intersection. -1, 3. Again, it's already in slope-intercept form, so it's super easy to graph. Down 1, 2, 3, 4 with a slope of -4, or -1, I mean. And it's also in slope-intercept form, so I go to +1, and I have a slope of 2/3. Down 2, over 1, 2, 3, right there. And it is -3, -1. And, oh, this one's going to cause a bit of trouble because it's not in slope-intercept form. But fortunately, Mr. Myers has taught me how to do math. Y equals -7 over 2x plus 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down 7, 1, 2, 3, and right 1, 2. There's your line. And then this one is 2y equals -x minus 4. Y equals -1/2 x minus 2. Minus 2. Down 1 over 2. There it is right there. And it is 2, -3. That page is out of 4. Are there any questions? There shouldn't be, because all you're doing is what you did all the way through Unit 6 and 7. Is everybody good? When I say there shouldn't be questions, does that mean I don't want to hear them if there are? No. Of course that is not what that means. But I have actually had students say, you said we shouldn't ask. Shouldn't and couldn't are two different things. You should not need to ask, but if you do, when should you ask? Now, or the previous 30 times I've asked that question on this exact topic. Is everyone okay? Sweet. Now, you will notice I have forced you to use substitution on the first 4 and elimination on the next 2. I normally would never do that. I would let you choose your method, but I want you to be able to use both. So I'm making you use both. I made up for it by making all the substitution ones incredibly easy. How did I make it easy? I isolated y for you in every single one. So all you had to do was put 2x plus 14 where you saw a y. Right there. Negative 3x minus, not y, 2x plus 14 equals 6. Negative 3x minus 2x minus 14 equals 6. Negative 5x equals 20. X equals negative 4. Once you have x being negative 4, you then put that in to find y. Where should you put it to find y? In this one that already has y isolated. Y equals 2 times negative 4 plus 14, which is negative 8 plus 14, which is 6, making your ordered pair negative 4, 6. What's the last thing you should do? Check it. Do you need to check it with the highlighted one? No, because you just did the highlighted one, didn't you? So you really only need to check this one. Is negative 4 times negative 3 positive 12? Yes. Is positive 12 minus 6, 6? Yes. So did we do it right? Yes. That is worth 2 marks. Any questions? Lovely. Is number 8, 9, and 10 exactly the same? Yes, it is. Number 8, negative 4x minus 5 times negative 2x minus 3 equals negative 3. I lie, equals negative 15. Negative 4x plus 10x plus 15 equals negative 15. Negative, it's not negative, 6x equals negative 30. X equals negative 5. I then go to my other equation, y equals negative 2 times negative 5 minus 3, which is 10. Don't even know what I did there. I have no idea what I did to make this happen.
Oh no, it looks like you have one.
Maybe it's even up to.
There we go. Equals 10 minus 3, so y equals 7. Your ordered pair is then negative 5, 7, and then you check. Do you need to check the highlighted one? No, because that's what you just did. You just need to check here. Negative 4 times negative 5 is positive 20. Negative 5 times 7 is negative 35. Is 20 minus 35 negative 15? Yes. So did we do it right? Yes. What's it out of? 2. Go to this one. Tired of red and blue. Going to sky blue. Negative 5x minus 2x plus 18 equals 17. The color change confused it. Negative 5x minus 2x minus 18 equals 17. Negative 7x equals 35. X equals negative 5. Y equals 2 times negative 5 plus 18. Negative 10 plus 18. 8. Ordered pair is negative 5, 8. And we check. Negative 5 times negative 5 is positive 25. 25 minus 8 is 17, and we're right. And lastly, we'll go with this fun green color. Negative 3x minus 5 times 2x minus 10 equals 11. Negative 3 minus negative 3x minus 10x plus 50 equals 11. Negative 13x equals negative 39. X equals 3. Y equals 2 times 3 minus 10. 6 minus 10. Negative 4. Ordered pair is 3, negative 4. And then we check. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. 5 times negative 5 times negative 4 is positive 20. Negative 9 plus positive 20 is positive 11, and we are right. Any questions on substitution? What if I wasn't this nice to you? What is your first job? Does it have to be y? Isolate one variable. If you are a little concerned about this, you may want to write up here always start with isolating one variable. I don't want to say x or y because maybe I'm going to use j and m. Because Ash has been bugging me about choosing letters that are always beside each other in the alphabet. Elimination. Now, this one is where you guys start to get a little, because can this one be solved by elimination right now? No. I have to change how it looks. Some of you are going to eliminate x. Some of you are going to eliminate y. It doesn't matter. If you're going to eliminate x, what do you have to multiply this top one by? 5. What do you have to multiply the bottom one by? I would use -3, but because I want opposite signs, right? But if you're going to subtract, that's cool. Everybody good? If you're going to eliminate y, what do you got to multiply the top by?
3.
The bottom by? 4. Because if you're eliminating x's, you got to get them to 15. If you're eliminating y's, you got to get them to 12. Right? Okay. I don't care which one you did because you're going to get the same answer regardless, aren't you? That's how systems work. So on this one, I'm going to eliminate the y's just for fun. So I got to multiply that by 3, and I'm going to multiply that by 4. Now normally I would multiply one of these by negative, right? So I had opposite signs, but I'm on purpose going to use subtraction because sometimes that messes you guys up. So I'm going to end up with 9x plus 12y equals 3. And I'm going to end up with 20x plus 12y equals -52. And then I'm going to subtract. 9 minus 20 is -11x. 12 minus 12 is 0. 3 minus -52 is what? Positive 55. So x equals -5. Right? Soon as you have -5, where can it go? Anywhere you see an x. Can you put it in the top one? Can you put it in the bottom one? Can you put it in either of these? Yes, anywhere you see an x. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it into 3 times -5 plus 4y equals 1. 15 plus 4y equals 1. -15. 4y equals 16. So y equals 4. Your ordered pair is -5, 4. And then we check. -15 plus 16, is that 1? Yes. -25 plus 12, is that -13? Yes. So we're good. Now come over here. We eliminated the y, so this time we're going to eliminate the x, and I'm going to use addition instead of subtraction. So if I need to eliminate the x, do I have to multiply both of them? No, I only got to multiply this bottom one, right? By what? I'm going to use negative because I want to add them this time because I did subtraction already. So that's going to get me -4x minus 6y equals -10, correct? Then I add them. 4 plus -4 is 0. Y plus -6y is -5y. -5 plus -10 is -15. Y equals 3. Once I have y, I can put it anywhere I want. Where's the best place to put it in these bunch of equations? In the top one. Why? Because it's just y. 4x plus 3 equals -5. 4x equals -8. X equals -2. And my ordered pair is -2, 3. And then I check. 4 times -2 is -8. -8 plus 3 is -5. 2 times -2 is -4. Plus 3 times 3 is 9. -4 plus 9 is 5. And I'm right. Every one of those, all 6 of them are worth 2 marks each. So that whole section is worth 12. You decide what it's worth to you. Remember, Lying just makes you look bad when I give you the same question on the test and you don't know how to do it. Okay? All right, now, this question was causing some problems because of the vocabulary. Is asking your math teacher about vocabulary okay? Yes, because this is not a vocabulary class. This is a math class. Is asking me at this point how to do the math okay? No, because by now you're supposed to know. You should have asked me one of the previous 300 times I said, do you need help with this? This question is exactly the same as the very last question we did in your notes. Exactly. Almost word for word. So where would you find out how to do it? By looking in your notes at the stuff I've already taught you. What are the two things you do not know? There is an investment. Investment 1. There is a second investment. Investment 2. Since you do not know them, you need to give them letters. I am going to give them 2 letters that you would never think to put into a question like this. I'm going to use I and J. Does it matter? No. Of course not. Could I use... I can't remember any of the letters from the Dr. Seuss book, On Beyond Zebra, where he makes up a whole new alphabet. Never mind. I and J is what I'm going to use. What do I know about I and J? I plus J equals what? 1,000, because dude only invested $1,000. I also know that 5% of I, 0.05 I, plus 0.08 J equals my interest, which is how much? 68. None of you like decimals, so you're going to get rid of them by doing what? Multiplying by 100. Not 1,000, you idiot. 100. Because multiplying equations does what to their solution? Does it change it? No. Just like multiplying fractions doesn't change the value of the fraction. So I end up with 5i plus 8j equals 6,800. Now, this is already set up almost perfectly for what? Substitution or elimination? Substitution. But you could use elimination too, couldn't you? I, in this case, am going to use substitution because I equals 1,000 minus j. Or j equals 1,000 minus I. So 5 times 1,000 minus j plus 8j equals 6,800. 5,000 minus 5j plus 8j equals 6,800. 3j equals 1,800. J equals 600. Once you have j, what can you put there? 600. What's 1,000 minus 600? 400. How much did dude invest? 400 and 600. And that, listen to me carefully, because this is how I plan to be marking your tests. Notice, before I did the system, I had to set up the system, correct? Setting up the system gets you 1 mark. If you set the system up wrong, you can't have that mark. Then I did algebra. Did I do my algebra correctly? So I get 2 marks for my algebra. So it's out of 3. If you set your system up wrong, but you did all your algebra right, how much do you get? 2 out of 3. Does everybody understand? Now, in reality, right, it should be the other way around, shouldn't it? Because this is a unit on systems, yes? I should be giving the bulk of the marks on setting this up. But in 20 years of teaching, I've recognized that you guys don't like word problems. You can't wrap your minds around them. No matter how many times we tell you how to do it, you find wrapping your minds around a word problem next to impossible, which does scare me because your entire life is word problems. Every time you have to do anything with numbers, it's a word problem, isn't it? I've got $20. I got to get enough gas to last for the week. How much gas can I buy right now? That's a word problem. Right? But whatever. You get 1 for the system, 2 for the algebra. Turn the page over. Tricky. If the equation is going to have no solution, then what do you know? The slopes are parallel, right? So if the slopes are parallel, then x and 2y can't change, can they? But the other number can. What's the only thing I can't write there if I want no solution? I can't write 6. Q cannot be 6. Anything. X plus 2y equals anything but 6, and you're going to get two lines that are parallel. Now, some of you probably did this. Oh, wait, I know it has to do with slope, so I'm going to isolate y equals negative 1x plus 6. Y equals negative 1/2 x plus 3. So this line is that line, right? So to have no solution, it would be y equals negative 1/2 x plus what? Any number except what? 3. Q. Q can't equal 3. Q can't equal 6. Everybody cool? Everybody good? All right. What about this one? To have infinitely many solutions. It's got to be the exact same line, correct? But I said write another equation. So am I allowed to write x plus 2y equals 6? No, because that's not another equation. What do I have to do? I had to multiply it by something, correct? Whatever that is. If you have any number there. No. You can write a 2, and that would get me 2x plus 4y equals 12. I give you full marks. I'm just saying I can't possibly list all the infinite values you guys could have written there. So it can be any number multiplied in. Right? For here, same thing. You've got y equals negative 1/2 x plus 3, and you multiply it by any other number, and you'd have it. So if I multiplied it by 6, it would be 3x plus 18 equals 6y. Okay? Everybody good? All right, 2 marks there. Back to word problems. What do you need to find here? The length and the width, yes? So those are two things we don't know, yes? So we've got our variables, width and length. How many widths are in a perimeter? 2. 2 W's. Plus how many lengths? 2 lengths equals what? 20, because that's the perimeter. Could you also write it as W plus L equals 10? Are either of them acceptable? Or are both? Both. Excellent. What else do we know? We know that the length is 3 meters greater than the width. So the length equals the width plus how much? 3. And now, are we set up for substitution? L equals this. Is that an L? So, can I do this? W plus 3 equals 10. How many W's you got? 2 W's plus 3 equals 10. Right? 2 W's equals 7. W equals 7 over 2, 3.5. I don't care. 3.5. 3.5, 7 over 2, it doesn't matter. But once you know W, you know they got to make 10. So if W is 3.5, what's L? 6.5. 3.5, L 6.5. Is L 3 meters greater than W? Yep. Is W plus L 10? So that's half the triangle or rectangle. The other half must be the same. If this is 10, that's 10. Right? 3 marks. 1 for the system, 2 for the work. This question. What are the 2 variables?
A and S.
You can use A and S for adults and students. What do you know about it?
For the width.
A plus S is 200, because 200 people were there. How much did the adults pay? $10 A, plus how much did the students pay? $6 students equals how much money? $16.80. What are we set up to do perfectly right now? Substitution. But we've just done a substitution one, so let's do elimination here, yeah? What do I have to multiply this by? Because I would multiply the top one. 10? So that would get me 10A plus 10S equals 2,000. And when they're the same sign, what math do I do? Subtraction. 10 minus 10 is gone. 6 minus 10 is negative 4S. 1680 minus 2,000 is negative 320. S equals 80. How many students went to the play? 80. 80 students. And you don't really need to plug it in because you knew it was 200 total. So how many adults? 120 adults. 3 marks. And lastly, if they have, what are your 3 options here? 1, 0, and infinite. If it's 1, what's different? Slope. If it's 0, what's different? The y-intercept. If it's infinite, what's different? They're the same. So let's check. 2, 3, 3, 2, 5, 7. That's not a same situation, is it? So right away we know infinite is out. So it has to be 1 or 0. So I check the slope. This slope here, 2x plus 3y equals 5. 3y equals negative 2x plus 5. Y equals negative 2/3 x plus 5/3. Then I check the other one, and I'm going to use Dusty Rose. 3x minus 2y equals 7. And then we're going to wait. And we're going to wait a little longer. Then we're going to wait a little longer. Then we're going to continue to wait. 3x minus 2y equals 7. Negative 2y equals negative 3x plus 7. Y equals 3 over 2x plus 7. And I see different slopes. So what is it? 1. Go to here. These are all 1 mark each. Go to here. 2 and 6. Oh, they work together pretty well, don't they? It's times 3, isn't it? 4 and 12. Oh, they work together pretty well, isn't it? It's times 3. 7, 21. Oh, they work pretty well together, isn't it? Times 3. So these are the exact same line. So what is it? Infinite. Then we go to here. Oh, 4 and 5 don't work. 2 and 10 don't work. 12 and 6. I don't like that. Now, you know as well as I do, it's obviously going to be the 0 one, right? Because of process of elimination. Please tell me that you didn't do that and you checked. Of course, it is 0, but you should check anyway.
I wanted to do that.
5x minus 2y equals 12. Negative 2y equals negative 5x plus 12. Y equals minus, 5 halves x minus 6. Yes?
Sure.
Okay. Then we go to here. I need another colored, light green. 4y equals 10x plus 6. Y equals 10 over 4x plus 6 over 4 is 3 halves. And then, of course, you notice this is not 10 over 4 because you've been to grade 3 and you know you never leave it as 10 over 4. What is it?
5 over 2.
5 over 2x plus 3 halves. And you notice, same slope, but different y-intercepts, so it had to be 0. Damn, son. Now, I call your attention to this one. Because if you were just, I gotta check the slope, I gotta check the slope, I gotta check the slope, you would have done this. You would have gone 6x, you would have gone 12y equals negative 6x plus 21. Y equals negative 6 over 12x plus 21 over 12. And you would have gotten y equals negative 1/2 x plus 21 over 12. And you probably would have forgotten to simplify that. Then you would have gone to the other one, 2x plus 4y equals 7. 4y equals negative 2x plus 7. Y equals negative 2/4 x plus 7/4. Y equals negative 1/2 x plus 7/4. And you would have said, oh, those two are different. Are they? Of course not, because that divided by 3 is 7, that divided by 3 is 4. That's why they're the same. Making this whole thing out as something like 30, I think. 3 and 3 and 3 and 2 is 11, and 3 is 14 and 12. I got it out of 26, and 4 on the front, I got it out of 30. I finished a little early. You guys were... Huh? You didn't do the review at all. Why? But I gave you 40 minutes today. And you got 3 questions done in 40 minutes? That doesn't bode well for your test on Monday.
I did really good on my review.
You did really well on your review. Now we're in English class.
I did really goodly. I did goodly.